What's up, fellas? What's up, ladies?
What up? What up?
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
The Great Divide. For those of you joining us tonight, we are talking about the Great Divide, the difference between men, women, and really and truly, we want one young woman, if you possibly can. We're gonna say this a couple times to come on the show with us tonight because we got difference of opinions here, and we would like for a woman to kind of balance that out. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Goodson. You are watching rebrandUS alongside my co-host Adrian the Ace Stinson. What's up, Ace?
What's up, world? How y'all doing?
How's your week going?
Everything's pretty straight, man. You know, ready for this rebrandUS. We back at it.
All right. Eric Russell. What's up, Eric?
What's good, everybody? Everything's good this way. About you, man?
Man, not too bad. So do you have on new headphones or is it just me?
They're new-ish.
New-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. That's them Bobby Brown 2000.
2021 because they new-ish. They're not brand new.
Oh, new.
All right, and then we have the lovely, the beautiful, the voluptuous. I hope that's not voluptuous. I mean, I don't know. We have Kimberly Dow. What's up, Kim? How you doing?
You muted me.
You can unmute and then we'll hear you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. You good?
Hey, what's up, everybody? You know, how's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Good.
It's Wednesday. It's hump day. And rebrandUS means your week is halfway over. We're so excited about it because it means our week is halfway over too. Tonight we're talking the Great Divide. We got a lot of stuff we want to talk about. Brittany Griner. We want to talk about Roe versus Wade because we haven't talked about that on this show just yet. Also, female versus male sports. Y'all be sure to chime in. And we're going to talk about this McDonald's baby daddy drama. We might need a little bit more extra time at the end to talk about that. Me and Eric talked about it today and it got deep. I cussed Eric out today.
It was ugly.
I cussed him smooth out. Hey, before we get into this show, we want for each and every one of y'all. We want for each and every one of y'all to push the share button. Share. Let's do it together. We're gonna push the share button.
Yeah, please share this program tonight.
All right, we're giving everybody a chance to come on. We're going to have a lot of fun. The Great Divide. Ladies and gentlemen, we want your opinions all night long. Somebody says, hey, guys, I don't know who it is. I'm going to let y'all tell me. It's Deborah Goodson, I believe.
That's Deborah.
So.
Hey, Deborah.
Oh, yeah.
The Great Divide. Y'all about ready to get into it? Well, let's do it. Right, so the Great Divide. Let's start off with this Brittany Griner situation. For those of you who don't know, Brittany Griner is an American female basketball player. She's probably the cream of the crop, the tops of the top in America. And of course, we'll get into this a little bit later, but because she don't make enough money in the WNBA, she had to go overseas like a lot of the female and some male athletes do. Hers been in the place of Russia, I believe. And while she was over there, she had some illegal substance. And it wasn't illegal over there, I don't believe. It's not illegal over here in some places, but I think she was trying to take it from one place to the next. And so they decided that we're going to apprehend her and put her in jail. They put her in jail, and she has been there now for several months. And so this is the big topic. So joining us tonight is an individual who apparently knows a little something about this. And before we go to him, we are going to go to the comments real quick. I think he's a drag.
I think there's a drag.
Oh, hey, that's a whole nother show. What you doing?
I thought you were talking about Eric. We're going to break in Morris Anderson. What's up, Morris?
Hey, he coming in slowly.
Yeah, well, anyway, Morris Anderson. Ace, could you go ahead and introduce who we have on today?
Hey, everybody, it's Morris Anderson.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. Hey, everybody, this is my good friend Morris Anderson right here. It's a good brother right here. He gonna come on the show and do the discussion with us. The owner of American Showman, Tyler, and we're gonna discuss a few things. He's gonna weigh in on some of the issues that we discussed. Mo, you got your audio right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Well, hey, look, we're going to let Mo get his stuff situated, and we'll come back to Mo here in just a little bit. But Brittany Griner, so she's over it. She's been detained, and one of the comments made by
Since
Brittany
February.
Griner's coach was since February that if she were LeBron James, she would be out by now. Tell me, what do y'all think about that?
Oh man, that I think that statement can go both ways. It can go two different ways. That statement, I think that you can look at it from a money standpoint, or you can look at it from a gender standpoint. It's whichever way you take it. Or it could be both. She could have been saying that she was filthy rich, she'd be out of there by now. Or she could have been saying if that was a man, she wouldn't be sitting there like that. So I don't think she meant it like that, but I think that comment there covered all the bases for a lot of people in a lot of different debates.
Well, first of all, have y'all ever met Brittany Griner? Have y'all ever seen her talk or anything like that? Oh, that is a man. That is. Oh, I'm just playing.
Oh Lord, that's another show.
I did not see that coming.
I'm sorry,
Lord,
my
what
bad.
you doing?
But I mean, I really think that no matter who it is, Russia is not bending. It wouldn't matter who it is. We're at odds with them. We try to lay low under the radar with them, but let me tell you, Putin don't play, and we already know that. So,
I personally think it's a jacked up statement to say that if it was LeBron James, he would already be out. First of all, let's look at it this way: there's a lot of people that are being detained over there right now that are not out. Why is she special? Because she's a celebrity. So all of a sudden now it's on the celebrity portion of it. There are other people there that are jealous because she's getting all the media coverage. So to say that if it was LeBron James, she'd already be out, why would you even say that in the first place? It doesn't make sense to me. She pleaded guilty. Let's go ahead and jump on that. She pleaded guilty. So why should she be out? Right? If it was LeBron,
it was two vape canisters though.
Well, I mean, their rules are their rules.
And like Kim said, Russia, they don't care. You can go loot on it right now. They probably keep you over there right now. For little.
All this started with Apollo Creed. We should have got him on the show.
With who?
Shots fired, man down.
Leonard McDonald.
Hey Mo, jump in, Mo. What you think about the situation? He gonna smile it out, huh?
I really don't. You know what? I kind of stay out the news, man. To be honest with you, I'm not even in the news like that. But
okay, so you try to stay out positive. That's a good thing, bro.
Stay positive. I don't believe everything I see on the news. Let's just put it that way. I don't.
So you don't think she over there being detained? You think she home?
No, I didn't say that. I mean, she definitely could be over there. I don't put too much energy into it.
I also think too of that.
So he on. So you kind of like this. You don't care. Oh, you'll go Bobby Brown.
And let's go. Y'all done bored me half to death. Let's go to the comments real quick.
Yes.
Unfortunately, anytime Russia has the opportunity to detain an American, they jump on it. They don't care about your status. That's Janique Bird. What's up, Janique? Hey, let's give a shout out to some of our viewers. Deborah Goodson.
What's going on?
Janique Bird, Leonard McDonald, Tony Goodson. What's going on, y'all? Kayleen, we're waiting on you. Anyway, Eric, you had something to say.
Yeah, I'm just going to jump on the bandwagon in regards to, I think the coach made that statement because we live in a hypersensitive world, right? So anytime you can put something, if it was this person instead of this person, somebody go jump in. And let's bring attention to WNBA, which is good for them. I mean, WNBA need more attention. They need more eyes watching them. So I think she had that intent. I do think she has a little care about Brittany. She wanted to come back, things of that nature, obviously, because she probably helped them win. She's a good basketball player, what I hear. So I think that the fact that she did it in this culture, I think it made it really easy for her to get that eyeballs on the WNBA.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it was actually a pretty crafty statement, more so than it was a statement about Brittany Griner. The idea of
you think so? You don't think it came from a place of passion?
Well, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it had some passion to it, but at the end of the day, it's like, hey, let's Let's bring some attention to the. Yeah, listen, it doesn't matter who she is. She's detained. It don't matter. You know, this is America. I mean, this is Russia that we're talking about. We can't just. What we're gonna do? Go bomb Russia so we can get back Brittany Griner? Like, what can actually happen? Some of the like Roy Jones tried to go over there. He got a Russian citizenship. He couldn't do anything. And he's a huge celebrity over there. So if he can't do it, and a list of other people can't do it, then you know who's the person? You expect the president to go over there? It hadn't happened in many years. So
some could be said. I mean, at least some be said. It's not enough hoopla, like you said. Roy,
we are saying something about it. We are saying
we are.
It's all over. It's all over.
I'm talking about the powers that be.
The thing is though, you know, this is not anything new. You know, people using someone else's downfall to bring publicity to something else. You know, I mean, it just is what it is. She did the crime. She's admitted to it. Whether it was a whole bag of cartridges or whatever it is she had, or whether it was 1, 2, or a whole bag, she still did it, you know, and she's just gonna have to reap the repercussions from it. Sorry. So
viewers, tell us what you think. Should she come back home? Brittany Griner. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and say, spend your time. You'll learn your lesson. All right, moving right along, we're going to talk about a little female versus male sports since we're talking about this. Good segue. All right, I'm going to give y'all a quick statistic real quick. Did y'all know that the average male NBA player earns $5.3 million a year according to a 2021-22 data from basketballreference.com, I guess. Stars even vastly more, such as Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, who makes $45.7 million and $42 million a year, respectively. By comparison, WNBA players earn an average of $130,000 a year. If I'm not mistaken, Brittany Griner is right at the $250,000 mark, and that's with the WNBA, and she's making another $200,000 or $300,000 over there in Russia. So let's talk about sports and the difference not only between the pay, but how we perceive male versus female sports. Okay, first of all, me and Eric was talking about this right before the show, and I would love for our viewers to kind of chime in on this. But I can't name, outside of basketball, perhaps, I probably can't name 25 super athletes outside of basketball and the Olympics. I can't name 25 super athletes in all the other sports combined. Softball, golf, of course, we know Danica Patrick. So is it worth them making that kind of money? Do y'all think it's warranted to pay a female athlete that much money? Kim, let's start with you.
Well, I really have no sword in this fight, honestly, because I mean, I myself, I don't support a whole lot of women's sports, you know, and that's just because it's not publicized as much, you know, it's not, it's like our Facebook user just said, you know, there's not enough women support females in sports, and we don't. I mean, I'm just being honest. You know, I've been to a WNBA game right here in Dallas. I can't even tell you the name of the team. You know,
Wings, right?
The Wings. That's right.
Lord, yeah.
I should know that.
Hey, y'all, we trying to get a partnership.
But I'm just saying, you know, like
go Wings.
You know, I mean. And then how long has that really been around? Has it been around? You know, it hasn't been around as long as the NBA, right?
Right.
I mean,
I don't even know if they've been around about 20 years, maybe.
Right. The only female sport that I really watched was the Olympics, like gymnastics in the Olympics. You know, so I know all of them, from Dominique Dawes and different Nadia Comaneci. You know, that of course that's really old school. But I mean, but like the sports of today, no.
Y'all getting some important people. The women of Glow, the wrestlers, the old roller derby chicks.
Okay, I watched the roller derby, but I can't tell you anyone who was rolling around in the roller derby.
The new football league where they just were like
the. So Ace is just naming stuff off right now, but let's talk about some real stuff. All right, so Ronda Rousey. Let's talk about Ronda Rousey for a minute. For those of you who know a little bit about MMA fight, Ronda Rousey is probably, arguably, and now I'm going to stir up some fellas. Says, what's up, guys? Ronda Rousey is arguably the most famous, certainly the most celebrated female sport in American history. Eric looked it up a moment ago.
Layla Ali.
Ronda
Layla-
Rousey is the most celebrated female sport.
Athlete
Oh,
in sports
athlete.
history.
Oh, okay.
Period. I beg you to. I mean, you got to, with the exception of the Olympics. The Olympics are a little bit different. But even the Olympic athletes don't make the kind of money that Ronda Rousey was making. Layla Ali probably didn't make $100,000 for one fight. Ronda Rousey was making $5 million. She's right up there with the fellas with regards to MMA. So Ronda Rousey is making the same as Conor McGregor, John Jones, Israel Adesanya. In fact, she's making 10% more or 90% more than what he's making. So Ronda Rousey, I can see she may be the one person bridging the gap, making a little bit closer.
But why though?
Thank you, Kim.
Just that good? No Amanda Nunes. Rousey sucks. Never liked her.
Ty Hosey, what's up, Ty? Hey, Ty, thank you for letting
Ty?
So that brings up a whole nother argument.
But
That brings up a whole nother argument.
Cheryl Swoops and what was the other basketball girl name? She had a brother that was in the NBA too.
Cynthia Cooper.
Oh yeah.
Reggie Miller and his sister.
Cheryl.
Yeah.
So I think that's the same person.
I'm just saying, I just wasn't a fan. It's not like I have any of their jerseys or anything like that.
But you got see, the thing is, they're not celebrated. Michael Jordan is celebrated. Kobe Bryant is celebrated. That means they're in commercials, movies in some cases. They're stars. They're winning championships. Everybody's talking. You're wearing the jerseys. People were doing the same thing with Ronda Rousey. Of course, she didn't have a jersey, but people were celebrating her. She was in movies, commercials. She's all over the place. Video games, you name it. There's Ronda Rousey. And then whenever it's time for Ronda Rousey to fight, everybody is watching her. Everybody's going to the movie theaters or to the restaurants to watch Ronda Rousey. They weren't doing that with Layla Ali. Cheryl Swoops was a part of a team, so it's a little bit different. She kind of collectively get all this praise. Let's go to the comments real quick. I think Morris is ready too. I'll bring him back in. I think UFC is the only sport that does a good job marketing the women. Great point. But then again, men have always enjoyed watching cat fights.
Ooh, Linda. Oh my.
Linda. But that's the truth. I hate to even agree with that, but that is definitely
Linda trying to get us jumped on. So check this out. So with everything being said, so with everything being said, so is it a gender thing, or like how we talking about Ronda Rousey, or is it that they just don't have the star power?
They have the star power. It's a gender thing, I believe.
I think also too, kind of to what Top point. He said he hate Ronda Rousey. She sucks, right? I think polarizing. People like polarizing people. Some people love them. Some people hate them. You got a lot of those people in different sports, like Conor McGregor, right? Some people hate him. Some people love him. But he grossed a lot more money than a lot of other people did in MMA history. So I think the polarizing piece has something to do with it as well. Kobe polarizing. Michael Jordan definitely polarizing at this point in his career and in his life. But I think that has a lot to do with it too. But I do think gender has a huge piece in this conversation.
That's a great point. Muhammad Ali said 100% of the people come to watch me fight, but 100% of the people come to watch me get beat. Yana Pryor, what's up? She says, it's Kim, can you read it? Too long, I think.
It's the publicity and the marketing that goes behind certain female athletes. It's the entertainment factor that Ronda and characters like her bring. Ali wasn't as entertaining and lacked personality.
Boom. She hit that one right on the head. You must have been studying. Let's replace you and Ace.
Yeah. It's all about the money.
Hey.
It's definitely all about the money.
So Morris, check this out. Being an ex athlete, at the top level, no one tell all your business on here, but you definitely played Little League. The work, so taking the work that you put in, and the training and things like that. Not trying to, I don't want to put you on the spot like that, but do you think that it equates to the same training that the women pro athletes put in, as far as the money should be equal, or do you feel that it's a reason that the money is different?
Yes, the money should be the same. I'll be honest with you. I mean, if you can make the money, make the money. The person itself makes the money, so you can't really get mad about who's making more money, because it's basically that person and how popular the popularity and how they can just draw so much attention. So if you can make it as a woman, you can make it as a woman. It don't really matter to me, you know. But as a society, we just have more men that are more, I guess, in superstar positions. I would say, and they're drawing more attention. So,
I think it's not even that. It's more simple economics. If I have an arena that has 10,000 seats and women put 2,000 people in there, I can't afford to pay you as much as when men come in and there's 10,000 sold out. Plus, they got television, playing it with the commercials and all that. So it's really basic, simple economics that that pays the money. It's not necessarily the team; it's the commercials, it's the fans that's paying that money. And
right.
Also, you got way more men who are into sports and supporting the sports, than women. I mean, there are probably maybe 5 times more men who are actually into sports. There's lots of. I don't really know a guy who's just really not into some sort of sport at all. If they don't like basketball, they like football. I know a lot of people don't even like the NFL. They like college football. I mean,
there's a lot of guys that just like figure skating.
Well, but you know what, Kim? What you're saying is all relevant. Think about it.
Yeah.
So you have. Men love sports, and that's what men get paid to do, play sports for other men to watch. Right. Women, what do y'all like? Y'all like the Kardashians. They make a lot of money. Y'all like ain't no women making them, ain't no dudes making them money. Y'all like the housewives of all these different cities.
Exactly.
They make a lot of money.
Exactly. And they're not fueled by the guys.
No, they're not. And so that's where they're
in a different thing.
Trying to get on.
Absolutely. Hey, let's go to the comment real quick. Says Rousey never fought anybody until she ran into Nunez. Well, he really sticking to that.
I feel
And Holly Holmes. Amanda Nunez has had way stiffer competition, which is why Nunez is the best women's champion of all time.
But why is the money not equal though? Why is the money not equal though? So saying that statement, let's take it back. So do we think it's just about star power? Because now he just said that he just gave them facts about Nunez. Why her bankroll not like Rousey?
Well, I haven't done the research to see if it is, but I would imagine it's probably up there. She's got a lot of star power.
Well, I mean, Ronda Rousey been kicking ass and taking names later for a while.
And Ronda Rousey is a star.
She really is.
She's from America. Nunez is from Brazil. Ronda Rousey is in movies. She's marketable. She can act. She can be on commercials. She can do a whole lot more. It's not even really about how good you are as an athlete. Look at Dennis Rodman. He was good. All that was great. But look at how he marketed himself so well that people wanted to be around Dennis. Let's go back to the comment. It says, Kim, this is too long.
Using high school. Who is this?
This is Ayana.
Oh, hey, Ayana again. Using high school athletics, for example. Should the table tennis team get to spend the same amount of the budget as the football team? He or she who brings in the most money gets to spend it. And that is correct. That's correct.
Good point. I see Yana.
That's a very good point, Yana.
But we never gave them a chance. Give them cats some extra paddles and balls and see what they can do. Right now, they
what? Cut it out.
I'm saying we don't know. You don't know. Hey, if we get them an extra 12 pack of them, the orange balls and not just the white ones, you don't know how far they can take that sport.
Hey, look, coming up next, we got Rebrand What here in just a little bit. But first, we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to keep talking about this for the next couple minutes. But we have the McDonald's baby drama situation coming up. We're going to talk about that. That's going to be a fun little conversation. Real quick, we're going to try to touch on Roe versus Wade and maybe even how COVID has changed things over the last few years. But digging a little bit more into this male-female sport, I think, Kim, your point really hit the nail on the head. It's just that men go out for their entertainment. We go out for sports. We go out and we have about 3 sports we love, which is football, basketball, baseball, right? And then women, y'all get the chance to stay home for y'all. And I would imagine television, sitcoms, soap operas, and all that stuff is y'all sports, even from the 60s, 70s through today.
Well, I mean, that would apply to some women. Me personally, I'm not into soap operas. I do like the Housewives, but I mean, I'm not just tuned in, and I'm not, just totally, buying their gear and all that good old stuff. I'm not doing that.
Let's go to the comments real quick. And I come to you, Ron. I'm sorry, Morris. I'm sorry. It says I want to see the WNBA.
Just let me read from her.
Go ahead, Kim. Knock it out.
Go ahead, Kim.
Man, Who is the Facebook user?
It's Ty.
This is Ty.
Let's Ty again.
Okay,
Appreciate
so
your time.
I want to see the WNBA do better with paying its players and growing the organization. I would love to see that too, Ty. I would, but it's just going to take support. You know, it's going to take us as fans to pour into that sport for them to be able to get out of that as much as the NBA does.
Yeah. Morris?
Oh well, that's with anything. I was just going to add to it. It's more women out there. If the ladies just got together and just supported each other, or went to the games and bought the paraphernalia you bought, bring the ticket sales up, the money will get bigger. I mean, but at the end of the day, these guys like LeBron, they put so much money, people sell out the stands just to get in to see LeBron. So, I mean,
and with what you just said, I think sports, like Kim said earlier, it's just not a woman's thing. Not worldwide, it's not.
No,
they can do it. Like I say, Olympics are the exception, but and you go Saudi Arabia, that basketball is just not huge for women in the rest of the world. Neither are none of these other sports. So America, we can make the men marketable. For America, we can even make the women marketable for America, but it still don't spread the same around the globe. That's how you pay Steph Curry $45 million.
And also, I mean, women, I don't see a whole lot of women just really going on their own. They go with their dudes, as far as like the NBA games, they might go. I mean, I know that, I've been, with a couple of homegirls or whatever, as an outing or whatever, but not just because we, taking score on their stats or anything like that, or we're trying to do any of that. It's entertainment, so it's not because we're really just interested. Who is the Facebook user that did the comment?
We got time.
To be honest, I like women's tennis, especially when Serena plays. Ty,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree with that.
I think we're gonna have to put some money together by the end of the night. We're gonna bail Ty out of jail.
Because Ty he's pressing it, ain't he?
We really appreciate all y'all's comments.
He's gonna be them beat up Ronda Rousey. He's gonna be them beat up Ronda Rousey and Groats on Serena.
I'd like to see Ronda Rousey put Ty in the headlock.
Oh wow!
Especially when Serena plays. That is so funny. All right, y'all. We're gonna keep the party moving. Like I said, today we got Roe versus Wade. We're gonna talk about the McDonald's baby mama drama. I don't know if y'all know a lot about that story. We'll tell you a little bit more about it, but we put it on our page. All this stuff we're talking about has been on our rebrandUS page for the last few days. If you have not liked it, please go to rebrandUS, like our page. Please go to rebrandUS on YouTube. It's called rebrandUS Podcast, and subscribe. Okay, Eric, what you got for us in just a minute?
Same on IG. I want to talk about just the voice of the Black community.
Voice of the Black community sounds very interesting. We'll see you in just a bit.
You one language, okay.
Oh no, actually, I didn't push it quick enough. Here you go.
Rebrand. I think that definitely is foundation of for everything. Because if you don't have love or a passion for something, you're not going to fight towards it. My kids are very young still at this point, 4 and 2. However, teaching them how to respect themselves, respecting each other. rebrandUS' mission basically is to help empower Black people to envision ourselves as better people.
All right, Eric, it's on you.
Give me the big screen, huh? Okay, cool. So I kind of want to real quick and go over why we do have these segments, like rebrand what, rebrand me, rebrand her, Ace of Spots. We have a lot of heavy topics on the show, right? So we want to make sure that we spend the time to celebrate the Black community, whether it be individually or collectively. We also want to give people opportunity to reflect on things that we may be doing that may not be so helpful and productive for our individual self or our collective selves. And also, too, eventually we're gonna get to a point where we have a call to action for ourselves and anybody who wants to join us on the call of action, because there are things we want to accomplish with rebrandUS, the podcast itself, and and beyond, right? So this part is why we do the rebrand rebrand me, rebrand her, and some of the aces spots, because we want to make sure we keep the positivity and want to celebrate each other. So right now we do rebrand what, and like I said, I talk about the black community and the voice of it, and I believe that the black community, the majority of voices, is one of reality and one of positivity. That's not the voice that typically we get in the media, though, right? The loudest voice is typically the one in the media, and the media gives the one that's of a negative one. Just think about it in the media. When they grab a typical black person after something happening in the news that's negative, they typically find somebody who's not very well spoken, somebody who may have a few teeth missing, somebody who may not be dressed very well. So that's what people see, and that's what people kind of correlate with black people. And was it done intentionally? I believe so. But it's not the majority of the black community. So I want to make sure that we have our voices continue to unite, but also continue to be the louder voice as opposed to what the media pushes out there. We know who we are. We want to make sure everybody else know who we are. So let's keep the. And I want to say one more thing about the voice in general. There's the Bible says there's life and death in the power of your tongue. So you can tear down or you can build up what you say. So let's take time to make sure we build each other up.
Very nice.
All right.
Right now.
Very good, Eric. The Great Divide is what we are talking about here. My name is Anthony Goodson, alongside a host of people: Adrian the A. Stinson, Kimberly Down.
What's up, world?
Did we lose Eric?
I'm in. I'm ready.
Why you kick E? Hey, man.
Oh, okay. I didn't see him in there. I'm sorry.
I was at the top.
I missed that somehow.
What?
Eric Russell, and we have Morris Anderson. What's up, Morris? Tell us a little something about yourself.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, Morris Anderson. I'm originally from Tyler, Texas.
All
East
right.
Texas, yeah. And City of the Rose. And I'm a guy that went on to school at Baylor University. Later came back to get a business degree after being in the NFL, did AFL, etc. So I played a little professional ball for a little bit, but I've always had a business mindset. And I started a few businesses, some that didn't really succeed, lost a few dollars with a few business partners, learned a lot of things. But it still don't make me want to make my money, make money. Right now I'm actually doing something else. Wife has actually been having a salon. We've actually been having that for about 10 years. And we still have that going currently, along with the new investment, which was my CBD franchise. And that's been a really game changer. It's been pretty good, I got to say. But I'm glad that I'm back home. It brought me back to Tyler, Texas. That's kind of crazy because I've lived in California, Atlanta, and I've probably lived in the Metroplex up there with Ace for a long time. And to come back home, you know, I guess it's the time is right. You know, I'm actually started over in my life. It's pretty fast. Kind of slowed down a little bit. So I got an 8-month-old. I got a 4-year-old. I got a 14-year-old, and I got a 20-year-old. Yeah, 20-year-old knew the NFL guy. Yeah, that's the kid. That's the dad that was a little different dude. 23 years old, and now I'm 45. It's a different feeling, but I'm loving where I'm at. You know, I'm all about, I'm all about us. I love what y'all guys are doing. Ace is my man. He's cool. He's always gonna be down.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to start us a little something, because that's my guy right there. But no, I appreciate y'all having me on here. But right now, again, I'm in the CBD industry, but it's so much more than a lot of people probably. They really don't even know. It's a lot of people that don't know what's all into it. A lot of misconceptions, but I can tell you right now, it's changed my life. Not only
okay.
Okay, bro.
See, only CBD can do you like that. Only CBD can just switch your place like that.
Well, Mars, just in case you don't know, you have frozen on our end, so I'll I'll keep an eye on you down there. Hey, look, I'm gonna throw a question out there before we start talking about the Roe versus Wade. But are women over sexualized and men over monetized?
Man,
Are women over sexualized, men over monetized? They just see us for money. We just see them for sex.
woo, that's a good one right there. I think for sure women are sexual over. So I'm gonna go to the female side of it because I want to hear somebody else and give it the male perspective. Definitely, I think women have been hypersexualized, but I also think we do it. But I think they do it because it also brings them things they want as well. So obviously, I always go back to media. Media always hype whatever we hype everything up regardless. So if I'm getting likes, whether I'm getting money or not as a female, I'm getting a lot of these likes. I'm getting something I need for somebody else. I feel worthy. I feel more worthy of myself when I get these likes because my butt is out or I'm showing some more skin and things of that nature. So I definitely believe women are over sexualized, but also I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna jump off of it real quick. The one thing that bothers me about that is how young we over sexualize the women, especially. I think it's a big deal, a negative thing overall, but I think it's a real big deal when you're talking about to a certain age. I think we gotta pump the brakes on that for sure on some levels.
Kim?
So I do feel like women are over sexualized. You're right, but we play a part in that as well. I think that, like Diamond said, we got to use what we got to get what we want, and a lot of people really live by that philosophy. I think that what we need to start doing is instilling confidence in our young girls, and teaching them to embrace who they are, who they truly are, what they want out of life, and go about the right way to get it. Now, truly, true enough, nobody wants to be with a guy, on the over monetizing guys. Nobody wants to be with a guy that can't do anything for them. Of course, that's what's being publicized now. You listen to all the music now. Hey, as long as I shake my tail, you gonna throw those bands, and that's what,
how much do y'all think hip hop?
And that's what y'all are displaying as well. I mean, hey, how many guys are on camera, making it rain, and in the strip clubs and everything? They're hyping that up to. That's what you need to be doing. It looks successful. It looks prosperous. Yeah. Does it not?
Hey,
let's go to the comment. Mar Anthony Hubbard, by the way, on Sunday night, y'all check us out on Mar Anthony's page. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. He says, I agree with Kim. Who are their mentors? Absolutely. Or who are they watching?
Yeah. The music. You think about the music of today.
It's coming from every angle, like Kim said. Yeah. But nowadays it's the music, it's the TV,
it's the movies.
It's every single thing. Like it's coming from every single direction with them. I think the statement is completely a true statement. Women being over sexualized, definitely. At a younger age, it's like right now, if we look at it, it's like. You would think that's the only path to success. I mean, you look at some of the biggest female stars nowadays. You don't see them being I don't want to say idolized, but you don't see them being just all pumped up like that. The skin wins. You know what I'm saying? Like especially in the music industry. If you're a female artist, nobody knows your lyrics. They just know what outfit you had on and you was twerking.
Certified freak. 7 days a week. Well, I know that. I know the lyrics. Hey, let's go to the comments real quick.
I'm waiting for this comment. Thanks, Ty.
Okay. Women are definitely over sexualized, and today's generation of women seem to love it. Ronda Rousey on the was not over sexualized. She didn't have that appeal like Serena. But Rousey was definitely over monetized.
Oh man, I love it. A good one, the skin win. I love it.
So I mean, it's just one of those things that's it depends on what you desire inside. And also I want to put it out there, no matter what somebody puts on, how little they have on or how much they have on. No means no.
Right.
Absolutely. Next question that we have before we get on:
And
who holds our culture back the most?
ooh,
Who holds
that's a
our
fight.
culture, the black culture, back the most? And for those of you just joining tonight, rebrandUS is talking about the Great Divide. I don't know what happened to our guest; he popped off. But the Great Divide, and we have a list of things we're talking about: Brittany Griner, female versus male sports. We got Roe versus Wade coming up in a little bit. But last question: women over sexualized versus men over monetized. The next question, I want y'all to think about this: who holds our culture back the absolute most? I'm gonna go to Morris Anderson about this. Morris, who holds our culture back the absolute most?
Who holds our culture back?
Yes, sir.
The most.
Tread lightly, Mo. Tread lightly.
Speak your truth, sir. Speak your truth.
Well, I mean, my truth is we hold our culture back.
We as in men, we as in everyone.
We as in, can I say?
Say what's on your mind.
You might as well. It ain't nothing Helen ain't said on the show.
I mean, I just think we as in
My girl.
this is black men, black people all together. How about that one?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. I think we had this conversation. I believe that black men hold our. I believe we're the leaders. Wherever we lack, it's up to us.
Yeah,
right? I think I don't know if it's our relationship with God this slacking right now, and so we're not able to lead like we're supposed to. And I had this conversation with my mom earlier today. But we can't lead, and if we're not leading well, then the women aren't going to follow us well. And if they're not following us well, then what's the end result of that? We have children that are not in the best situation, the best life, and then that begats another generation just like them. So I feel like we as men. And my mom says she thinks, and I probably should. I don't know if this is personal. I'm not even gonna say. Eric, give me yours.
You got some Morris? Go ahead.
Let me say something. I just don't. I don't believe we as black men we're not good teammates. We need to. This is my thing. We need to actually swallow our pride or just come together and put something together. Like, instead of trying to be the greatest one by yourself, let's just come together and so many things we can do. Just be a great teammate. I come to you if you're an expert in something, I'm an expert in this. Let's put something together and let's grow this. Let's keep growing and growing and growing instead of tearing each other down. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I agree.
We make too much money out there for everybody.
Absolutely.
The world.
Yes.
We make the world go around. We do.
Agreed.
All day, every day. I don't know if anybody got any dissimilar thoughts that Anthony had. Mine are very similar to his. I'm curious if anybody have anything that's polarizing or different from what he thought, Anthony, as far as men being the leaders and them being the biggest hold on the black community.
Okay. Was that a question for me?
That was a question for anybody. I mean, my thoughts are very similar to yours. I don't want to repeat what you said. Somebody's got something different.
Well, I'll tell you, let's go to the comments.
Both genders hold our culture back. I agree. That's what I was just about to say. This is not on a gender, but more on a mindset, and we are all guilty of an unhealthy mindset, and that is correct.
Tara.
I think
agree
that,
with that.
I think that women, some of us women are, we don't live up to the standard that that we should, and men as well. But we also get publicized. We get a bad rap for our guys just not stepping up and being leaders in the home. Leaders in the church, leaders on their jobs. And everything. We get a bad rep for that. We get women get a bad rep for wearing weave in their hair and shaking their tail and doing this and that in front of their kids and not raising their children. And, we just get all of that gets put out there, and so we hear more of that negativity than we do the positive, and for the most part. So I don't think that it falls on either the guys or the women. I don't think it falls on either one. I think it falls on us as a race. We need to take accountability and we need to change our mindset and, come on around the curve and do something different.
And for you put that comment, let me say this real quick though. I think also too, to add to this conversation, we have to, if we want to change the mindset, like Ty was saying, we have to identify the problems within the mindset, right?
Exactly.
You can say you're gonna change the mindset, but if you don't know what the problems are within it, we're never going to shift the mindset. So we have to understand that back in the 70s, 80s, some things happened with the government that made some things happen. We understand what happened back then, right? So the men were not leaders anymore. Women became more leaders in the house, leaders in the church, things like that, right? So we have to be able to flip that some kind of way. And men definitely have to be able to like you said, Morris, be able to be a better teammate, and then at some point take over the leadership role back in the house, back in the schools, back in the church, back in the community. But it has to be a transition. We're not going to change from this today to what we're trying to get to tomorrow. It's going to take process. It's going to take time to do that. So we have to identify the problems within the mindset so we can change it.
I honestly don't believe that our culture really is being held back by really us as a people. I think we're way more successful than what people are willing to admit.
But if I'm being specific, P-Valley holds our culture back. That's Ty. Hey, my man, Hershon Lewis, he says, it takes a village. Never look down on somebody unless you're picking them up. Absolutely. That's a more positive way to look at things. Hey, look, we're going to move on real quick. We got this last topic we want to talk about. I'm going to show a quick video of it, but let me explain what's going on. So, lady had several kids. She'll tell you a little bit. We're not going to watch a whole lot of the video. She had several kids, and I don't know how many different baby daddies, okay? But one of the baby daddies to one of the kids comes in, brings food to only that one baby daddy. Let's go to the video real quick and let's watch this.
And day my baby daddy come here with one meal for my child. But I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids?
All right, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. We're just going to watch that part right there. So much more. It's on rebrandUS page. If y'all want to see the whole video, we posted it. Just by what we saw, she's upset because he did not bring food for all the other 3 kids, but brought food for just his 1 kid. Now, there's a lot of backstory that we don't know, Kim. We don't know if his kid is the youngest kid or the oldest kid, which actually makes a difference.
Y'all see Kim's face?
We don't know how many baby daddies. We don't know nothing about
We
that.
don't.
But what do you, and it gets heated. If y'all watch the video, you'll see it gets very, very heated. But what do y'all think about that? Have you seen that video?
I haven't even seen it. I haven't seen it.
It's okay now. The reason why we're showing this video, obviously, we're talking about the Great Divide, men versus women. And the last question we asked is, who holds our culture back the most? And I'm not blaming it on the woman, but yes, this was a black woman posting the great efforts of a black man. And so this is just negativity wrapped all around it. Nobody wins in this. I had a conversation with my mom about this. She said, now he brought food for just his kid. She said he was right. He wasn't wrong, but he could have done it a different way. So why would you make the black man look bad? Let y'all speak on it.
Man.
Okay, so y'all don't want to say nothing. I'm gonna bring 1 burger, large fries, and $3 fries for the one that ain't mine. That's who was that? Ty.
That's Ty, man. Ty on it tonight, boy.
Well, you know, it's I think how you say your mama put it. I think that's the perfect answer for it. You know, it's like it wasn't wrong. It was petty, but it wasn't wrong. You know, that's really not his responsibility. You know, I hate to say it like that because, like I said, it's petty, but like he wasn't wrong. You know, I think, like I said, it's a lot of backstory with that. It probably depends on what kind of relationship they have and what's going on with it. But that's a rough one because it's so much scenario based. You know, as far as you know what led up to it. But yeah, so
let's say let me ask you this: his kid is the youngest kid, which means I don't know. I'm just making this up. His kid is the youngest kid. And for those of you just joining us, we're talking about this McDonald baby mama daddy drama situation going on. This went viral. Let's say that this man's kid was the younger of all the kids. You know, she's got 3 other ones. So that means he's been in a relationship with her. You know, he had some kind of relationship before, you know, he knew the kids, right? And then he had a kid, right? He developed his own kid. He bring in McDonald's, so that means the kid is at least 5 or 6 years old, not a newborn eating McDonald's. So does that change the game? Does he have a little bit more responsibility for those other kids at that point?
I don't think so.
Not, like I said, it's not morally he's not wrong, but it's very petty. It's very
and
petty.
honestly, we don't know. Like Anthony said, we don't have enough of the backstory to even make an assumption. We really have to assume, what the backstory. We don't even know the verbiage used. We don't know whether she called and said, hey, I'm struggling right now and I can't afford to feed them today.
Well, I got a dissertation I want you to read for us, Kim. This is
okay.
We got a new person, Brooksy
Craddock. That's
Brooksy.
my friend. Hey, Brooke.
What's up, Brooke?
Brooke, don't be trying to agree with Kim because that's your friend.
It's a good comment, though. Let's get to
He
it.
said it's not his responsibility to feed any other child, but the one child he has with her. It is polite if he brings food for all of the children. However, her weave and nails could have opened up her funds to buy food for the other kids. Where's the other dads? Did they bring food for their kids?
I love it, Brooksy. Anthony, my question is, publicize your personal problems. Why
publicize your
I
personal problems?
I saw the entire video. Who was that, Ty?
That was Brooksy.
That's Brooksy again.
Okay.
He says maybe he didn't have enough for 4 meals. That child support. It's you know what?
We don't even know if he's paying child support. Do we know he's paying child support?
We don't know, but let's say he is.
Context, we don't know.
Okay.
Let's say that he is paying child
that
support.
Statement. That's not, you're not even at liberty to make that statement.
Hey, now.
So, but my thing is, if you're not gonna, I don't know what she called for. If she called him and said that she needed some help, then maybe that was his way of helping. Maybe she needed to be more specific on what she needed. I can't say he was wrong, and I can tell you that she did not handle that correctly. I can tell you that. She did wrong on how she responded.
She was 100% the villain the entire time of this video.
Absolutely.
Anytime you see a black man, or any man for that matter, doing for his child, he is never the villain. He is always the victor. Now, there's other ways he could have done it. My mom told me in this conversation today that maybe he could have said, hey, look, I want to pick up my son and take him out today. And then, the other kids at least won't see the one kid eating the food or whatever. And that changes it up quite a bit, actually. But but when you're taking care of your kid, you cannot be the victim. Now, let's talk about this woman, how she has 3 other kids, and apparently the other dad is not involved. Again, we don't know the backstory of it, but at least 1/4 of all the kids she has, dad is actually doing the job, right? That is not going to be seen. That's not what she was publicizing. Check it out. It says, I was just speculating on the child support. This is rubbish. He didn't do anything wrong. Morris, we're bringing you back in. I think you froze for a little bit. All right.
And for Brooksy to say that, about her hair and her nails, that she said she saw the entire video. I'm guessing that she had her hair and her nails and everything done. So why
you just taking up from Brooksy? Brooksy, I saw the same video. I don't know but we never even saw the woman. We just saw the dude the whole time.
Well, if I want to take up for her, I can.
Well,
she's a viewer.
Let's take back from this context, because we don't know a lot of context, right? But going back to the conversation a little bit in regards to who brings the black culture down, go back to something Anthony said, and why publicize that? Literally, like Anthony just commented, why publicize that? Now it's going viral. That's awesome for her, because it's going viral in regards to being popular. Now she, like most people, not looking at her in a very positive light. But some people don't care about that. They just want the popularity and whatever comes with that popularity, right? So, with that being said, a dad is trying to do well and do good by his child.
Mm-hmm.
But she was trying to make him out to be the villain in the video. That's the part that can disturb me the most. And I think that, I always think dads and moms should work together for the betterment of the child, because that's what's going to happen whether you're together or not. It's hard to do at times. But you have to be mature enough. You lay it down with that woman, lay it down with that man. You have to be mature enough to be able to handle a child. If you can't do that, once again, you shouldn't probably have any kids at this point. But that's kind of where I took it in my head.
I think it's the perfect example of another angry black woman. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's just the perfect, and I don't like
You should
it.
be angry.
I just don't like it. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying she should be a little angry. But
Let's go to the comments.
If he wouldn't have brought anything, he still would have been wrong. She could have ordered a pizza to feed the others, or here's an idea: fix the rest of them homemade burgers and fries.
The old Eddie Murphy thing with the green bell pepper.
That's the thing. We don't know the verbiage that was used. You know what I'm saying? If she had called and said, you know, let me borrow $20 because until I get my check tomorrow, so I can feed, you know, your child. He just brought a Happy Meal. I mean, I don't know. Yes, she had her nails and hair done. She also said she was out of food stamps until they re-up. Garbage.
See,
And you know why she was out of stamps? She sold them stamps.
I think
she can get her nails and hair done.
Me personally, I think they had an arrangement already. The point of the whole video was she mad at him because people think he's a good dad, and she didn't like people thinking he's a good dad.
Correct, right. She should have taken care of her, you know.
You know what?
Yeah.
We need to reach out and get on the show. If anybody knows her, if y'all could get her in contact with rebrandUS, tell her to reach out. We'd like to interview her and get her side of the story.
She told her side. We need his side.
I know.
Even the father. I like to get them both on her. We can mediate. You know, we'll provide snacks. You know, we ain't petty. We'll get a number one.
And
Happy
like
meal.
I said earlier today, you know, all the negativity is always the part that's always being publicized about our men, period. You know, and that's what I don't like about this whole scenario. It's trash. Mm-hmm. It's wrong. You know,
it just keeps up that baby mama, baby daddy.
And I don't even like the term baby mama or baby daddy. Can we
I
just
know,
say
me neither. I hate that. That's why I'm saying it keeps up that whole scenario, that baby mama or baby daddy. You know, right. it keeps that scenario up, and it just
can we just say co-parent? And you know, hey, I know what it's like not to have anybody, you know, the other parent not do anything. So, you know, celebrate that when that's actually happening, when that's a thing. Celebrate that man.
Indeed.
The Great Divide. We want to thank everybody for joining us. We really didn't even get to our final topic, which was Roe versus Wade, but I got to be honest with you, we had a Democrat versus Republican. Quite honestly, I think it would have been about the same. So I was stalling, Ace. But anyway, we want to thank everybody for
Roe
your
versus
comments.
Wade.
Well, we haven't talked about it, and I'm a little offended about that because as
see,
a woman,
offended.
I'm directly affected by that.
Okay, next week. Last week was my show. This week is Ace's show. Kim, coming up next week, she's got a show which is all Roe versus Wade. Speaking of which,
hey yo, Ace, who do we have on the show next week?
Hey yo, Ace, who do we have on the show next week?
Well, we're gonna keep it going, basically piggybacking off of this show that we got today. So we actually I found a group of women interviewed that's gonna be on the show with us, and we're gonna be interviewing women who make equal salaries, but it's only due to their facial hair. So we're gonna see how they feel about that, and
that's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you get. That ain't even funny.
Oh wow!
I'm sure everybody got somebody in their family that's picking hairs off their chin. You better cut it out.
If you don't, then that person is you, right? All right, Eric. What do we have? What do we have coming up Sunday, Eric?
Sunday, man. I know what's going on there with Mark Anthony Hubbard.
Am I back? Okay.
Yes, you are back. He has a podcast that will be on Sunday at 7 Central or 6 Central.
6 Central.
6 Central. And so I think the topic is something to the point of change, or is it better to have change, something to the effect of change and what's the other one? I forgot the name of it.
Change versus oh God, I forgot too.
Help us out, Mark Anthony.
Transformation.
Transformation. That's it right there.
Man, y'all messing up this man's show. Come on now.
It's going to be a very very deep, thoughtful show. I'm sure we still have a lot of fun with them and his co-host. We're looking forward to being on there with them on Sunday.
Change versus transformation. Give us a little bit more information, Mar Anthony, so they can know how to watch it. Although we will be sharing it here in other places. Thank everybody for watching today. Hey, Mars, man, we appreciate it. We're gonna have you on again. Better circumstances. We know we have some internet issues and so forth. Speaking of which, what do we have coming up next, Eric?
We got a show. We ain't got the title of it, but we got a show that's going to be could be controversial, but it's very needed. Like I said earlier, we're talking about words and how they affect the people, the way positive or negative. So we can build or we can tear down. So it's a show around words that can have a lot of different effects on people depending on what you say to them.
Words. We had one show where we said the word, the N word. Now you might hear the FAGG word, and I spelled too much of it, didn't I?
Oh Lord, last show, everybody, last show.
See y'all next week. Hey, well, thank y'all very much for joining us. We'll see y'all next Sunday night, and then we'll see you again next week. All right. Oh shoot, I thought I wasn't ready. Sorry. See y'all later.